Hello, welcome. So today we are working on the core and to find the connection with our core. So let's go ahead and lie down in supine position. Keep your knees bent. Let's start with breathing. So breathe into the back and the sides of your ribs. And then exhale, squeeze all the air out from the belly. So inhale, you want to feel that your scapula is more grounded onto the mat. And as you exhale, relax, widen the collarbones and think of sinking down into the mat. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, curl your hip in and roll up to your bridge. Inhale, no motion. Exhale, soften the chest to slowly come down one bone at a time. Exhale again, curl up, curl the tailbone in. Keep the curling in sensation and roll up to your diagonal line. Inhale to hold. Exhale, lengthening from the chest, middle back, lower back, and then sit down. Come back to your neutral. Let's do a couple more. Exhale, we curl up. Slowly, one bone at a time. Hold it at the top. Exhale, like you want to walk your spine down. And again, exhale. And then inhale again. As you exhale, we curl up, one bone at a time. Really pushing your big toe onto the mat to engage your inner thigh. As you exhale, we slowly come back down. And now come back to neutral. Take an inhale, prepare. As you exhale, bring your left knee up to tabletop. Put your palms against the thighs and then push against it. Find the connection from the core. And then inhale, release a little bit. Exhale, push against them again. So maybe using like 10 to 20% of your force. And then one more breath, inhale, exhale, press. Really feeling the connection from the core. And then we'll switch to the other side. Exhale, bring your right knee up to tabletop. Try and look for the same connection from the core. So this side might feel a little different. So try to see which side is better, or maybe this side you have to work harder to find a connection. We'll do around 3 breaths. This should be your last one. So when you are done, you can put your right knee back onto the floor. Now let's try to find the obliques. So left knee up again, and then put your right palm against the inner thigh, your inner knee. And then as you exhale, bring your knee towards your chest as you press against the inner knee. And then you want to inhale to lengthen and release. So as you push against the inner knee, you want to resist not to have your knee moving towards the left side, meaning that they stay on the same line. So let's do one more. Push against the inner knee and bring the knee towards your chest. You should be able to feel the obliques. And now let's do the other side. Right knee up, left hand pressing against the right inner knee. Inhale, exhale, press and bring the knee towards the chest a little bit. Inhale, release. Exhale, we press and bring it in. Inhale to release. One last one. Exhale, bring it in and press. And inhale to release. Put the feet back down onto the floor. And then take a breath here. So as you exhale, let's try to tuck the hip in. And inhale, bring it back to neutral. So I want you to just move your hip here, curling in, posterior tilt, and come back to neutral. And I want you to find the same connection that we did just now. We are doing some fundamental work here. So to me, it's very important to do something fundamental before we start doing something more advanced, because building up from the base is very important. Do it a few times at your own pace. Or you can even try to curl in and arch, but my lower back is a bit tight today, so I didn't want to do that. Feel free to make it your own workout. And now let's take an inhale, prepare. As we exhale, bring your right knee up to tabletop and your left knee up to tabletop, holding the back of your knees. Inhale, exhale, curl up to your chest lift position. Open the elbows to the side, straighten the legs up, and bend the knees. Exhale. Inhale, bring it up. So try to keep the connection there. You are really hugging from the back of your knees. Everything is engaged. The thighs are not moving. It's perpendicular to your hip. Bend, inhale, exhale, straighten. Bend the knees and hold. Inhale, exhale, push with the thighs, pull with the palms to roll all the way up until your feet's touching the mat, and then you stack up. Inhale, exhale, curl the tailbone in, slowly roll down with a C curve until you reach your chest lift position. Notice that I'm doing it very slow, so I'm really using my core instead of using momentum. So exhale, you come up with the whole shape and then stack up, sit up tall. Inhale, exhale, curling in, suck the tummy in, slowly roll down until your shoulder blades just off the floor. Inhale, exhale, curl up again. Really try to use the core instead of momentum, but if you feel like I cannot really use my core to roll up all the way, you can use a little bit of momentum and I'm sure you'll get better after. So slowly roll back. Notice that the angle from the back of my knee is not moving. So really try to hold that too. That's mean my thighs working. And then sit up tall. Sitting with a cross-legged position. Open your palms to T, palms facing down. Inhale, exhale, land your right palm on the floor, bend the elbow, reaching left arm to the right. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, left palm landing, reaching towards the right side with your left side with your right arm. Come back center. Let's do it once more. Exhale, reach, expanding the side of your ribs. Inhale, center. Exhale, reaching towards the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Let's bring it to the center of the mat. Come to a quadruped position. So have your palms under the shoulders and your knees under your hip. Rest the feet at the back. Inhale, no motion. Exhale, just do cat-cow. Arching and curling our spine. Inhale, expanding the chest to the front as you arch. Exhale, pull the belly button up, curling in, eye gazing towards the inner thigh. So just do a feel of this to really mobilize our spine before we do some harder work. Coming back to neutral, take an inhale. As you exhale, I want you to lengthen your right arm and left leg out, hold. Right elbow to your right side, left knee to your left shoulder. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right elbow to the hip, to the ribs, and then left elbow to the left shoulders. If you are rocking your hip, you will want to move your knee a little lower towards the floor, maybe left knee to your left elbow. The idea is to keep your body in a neutral position that you're not moving. So exhale, bend in. Inhale, reach and hold. Lower everything down. Let's switch to the other side. Inhale, exhale, left arm, right leg out. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, left elbow to the left ribs. Keep pulling the belly button up to maintain neutral and try not to drop your neck. Exhale, we bend in. Inhale to lengthen. This is a very good exercise for our shoulder joint and the hip. Let's go for one more. This might look easy, but it's actually very hard for me. Lengthen, then lower everything down. Let's push back to rest position, aka child pose to rest, reaching your fingers forward, see your buttocks onto the heels. And then we are coming back up to quadruped position. Realign yourself. Inhale, exhale, find the connection from the core, lengthen the left leg out, right arm out, and then you're just going to shift the whole body forward and back. So it's like that your whole body is moving along a horizontal line, reaching forward, pushing back, and notice that your hip is not going to sit down. So just moving forward and back, maintaining everything on the same line. Come back and lower everything down. Let's do the other side. Exhale, right leg, left arm up, palm facing down. And then we are going to go back and forward this time just to change things a little bit, but still you're moving along the same line. Your toes and your fingers should be on the same level. Try to really tighten the core for this. This looks easy, but again, very hard. Lower everything down. And then push back to rest position. Take your time, catch your breath, and relax. And then let's come to the side lying position. So lengthen the bottom arm, palm facing up. You can rest on your bottom arm as a pillow. Stack both legs together. You can put your feet forward a little bit like a moon shape to balance, or you can just have it on a straight line, tiny bit forward with your lower limbs like me. Lift your ribs up, the bottom waist should not be touching the mat. Press with the top arm onto the mat but not much strength. Lift both legs up and lower down, hovering, not really touching the mat. To challenge, you can lengthen the top arm up towards the ceiling like me, but make sure you're not reaching too far back to open up the chest too much. So exhale, we lift, inhale to lower. Still finding the connection that we had from the beginning of the class. And then hold the top leg up, lower the bottom leg, and tap. Lower and tap up. So really working on the inner thigh here. Keep the top leg steady. It's the same connection that we are working on. And then last one, hold it at the top for a while and lower everything down. And now let's come up onto your elbow. Make sure your elbow is just under your shoulder and then bend the bottom leg. Hold your waistline, still bottom ribs up. Flexing the ankle and lift your leg up and down, working on the side of our hips here. So really try not to sink your body down. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Now hold this one, sweep the leg to the back and then arm to the front, chest to the floor. Inhale, chest to the ceiling, arm to the back, like a reverse version. So you're like twisting and twisting, like windmilling yourself, if that makes sense. It's a good stretch that you want to lengthen from the toes to the fingers and then opening the chest. But still, you're not sinking down from the shoulders. So keep pushing yourself up. So when you're done, let's come to a side kick position. Support yourself with the same side knee and arm onto the floor. Try to put your palm behind the head first to open up the chest. And then you can lengthen the arm out above the head. Exhale, lift the leg up, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Again, we are looking for the connection from the core. So we are not sinking down as we reach the knee to our elbow. Your waistline is still long and it doesn't collapse. So bring the knee in. If it doesn't touch the elbow, which is fine. It depends on our flexibility. If your hip joint is tight, it won't be touching. Now keep the top leg high and we circle to the front. Keep the feet pointing and your body is steady 5 times of these. And we're going to reverse. So spiraling your thigh bone inside the hip socket and don't drop your neck. After 5 of this, sit down, reaching to the other side for a stretch. And then we're going to do everything on the other side. So side lying again, bottom arm lengthen, resting your head on the bottom arm, palm facing up, stacking both legs together, and then your hip is also stacking upon each other. And then lift the leg up and lower down. You can choose to lengthen the arm up towards the ceiling or keep it on the floor to stabilize yourself. Still working on the obliques. Think of pulling your thighs up from the inner thigh and the obliques. This one we hold, lift the top leg up a bit, bottom leg lower down, and lift up to tap. So work with your own range. For me, this side, I do have a bigger range of motion, so I could lift my top leg a bit higher to challenge myself. So hold it up with the last one and lower everything down. And come onto your elbow, bend the bottom leg, flex the ankle, lift the top leg high. Inhale, exhale, lift, inhale to lower. So remember, bottom waistline is not going to collapse and you're pushing yourself up, so ears away from the shoulders. Point the feet and let windmill our body again. I don't know how to call this, but it feels good. So chest to the floor, arms to the front, back, leg to the back, and then twist chest to the ceiling, arm to the back, legs to the front. So same thing, you're still not going to collapse your shoulders down, ears still away from the shoulders, and then you're lengthening your whole body. This is the last one. And then come back up to your side kick position. So again, try to put your palm behind your head to open up the chest first, and then reaching your palm overhead, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. So I'm flexing my ankle for this one, because then I can really feel that I'm kicking my heel out to lengthen my hamstring. So one more of this. Exhale in, inhale, reach, and then point your feet, circle 5 times forward. Same thing, work with your own range. Try not to have your hip swaying. And then reverse after 5. When you're done with the circle, sit down, put your palm down, reach to the other side for the stretch. Well done. So let's come to a prone position, lying on the tummy for some back extension. Place your palms next to your shoulders or even closer towards your temple. Squeeze the elbows next to your ribs and inhale, exhale, push a pinball away from the tip of your nose and then slowly peel yourself off the mat until your last piece of your ribs is still touching. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, send the scapula down towards your middle back and then peel yourself off, still moving bone by bone. Slowly come back with an exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, slowly expand the chest to come up. Slowly come back down with an exhale, folding the palms in front of you and rest your forehead on top of your right palm. Inhale, come up to back extension along with your right palm touching your forehead. Exhale, hold. Inhale, rotate towards the right. Inhale, center. So keep your palm touching your forehead and then your hip is not moving. So both sides of your frontal part of your hip should be receiving the same weight as you rotate. I'm just rotating along the same axis, pressing the left arm firmly to support myself. Slowly lower down after 5 of these, and then switch the palms. We are going to have our left palm against the forehead this time. Inhale, come up, exhale, hold. Inhale, rotate, and exhale, center. So maintain the same height. With this rotation, we don't go up so high because we don't want to move anything from the lower body and we don't want to lean towards one side. One more here, and slowly lower everything down. Coming to swan prep, place your palms next to your shoulders and then squeeze the elbows together. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, exhale, come up all the way if you have the flexibility. Remember to hold your core tight, find the connection still so you don't arch your back. Inhale, push the pinball away and then you go up bone by bone. It's still a spinal articulation exercise. Straighten the arms if you can. Exhale, slowly bend the elbow, squeezing the armpit to come back. As you come back, we are using the tricep. So really try to squeeze the elbows towards your ribs. and your eye gaze is following the movement, bend the elbow, go down, and your eyes will slowly be looking down towards the mat again. Inhale to come up again. So remember, if you're having tension on the low back that you cannot extend the arm fully, just go up to your comfortable level. If going up all the way is not the exercise today, it's okay. We practice Pilates to feel our body. If your body is telling you that today is not the day, we will improve the other day. Push back to child pose to relax. You've done well. So we have one more exercise with a few variations to do, which is rolling like a ball. So let's turn around, sit a bit closer to the top of the mat, and then hug the back of your knees or hug the knees all the way in like this, which is easier. And then point of it, round yourself to a ball shape. Inhale, roll back to your shoulders. Exhale, roll back up. Think of sending your hip up into the air and then sending it back. Hugging the shape in, open the elbows to the side. It's a good massage for the back. Eye gazing towards the belly button all the time. Let's go for one more. You can stay like this, or to advance, you can follow what I'm doing. Lengthen one leg out, hugging the right knee in. You're rolling with the whole shape. So if this is too much for you today, stick with hugging both knees in. We are practicing our own practice here. And switch side for 3 more. And this side is definitely harder for me. I'm actually laughing at myself over there. Transitioning to open leg rocker after this. So hold both ankles and then lengthen the legs out. Exhale, roll to your shoulders. Inhale, come up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, curl back. Inhale, come up and lengthen. Just one more. Exhale, roll back to your shoulders. Inhale, roll up, hold. Bend the knees, hug yourself in. Finally, we come to the stretch. So sitting on the side, bend your right knee and then lengthen the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, keep the chest to the front and then reach towards the left toes. Hold it here, breathe in, expanding the top ribs. One more breath. And exhale, come back up. Rotate the torso towards your left foot and then reach forward. Hold whatever you can hold. Maybe the foot, maybe the toes, maybe the shin bone, and then just breathe into the back of your ribs. Coming back up, let's switch side. And then reaching your left arm up this time, reaching towards the side, chest facing forward, opening the side of your ribs. One more breath, and then come back up, rotate the torso, reaching forward. And again, this time you want to breathe into the back of your lungs to open the back. It's a good stretch for the lower back. And thank you for joining me today. If you have any comment, please let me know. And please subscribe our channel. I'll start to build up a lot more videos here. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a great day.